Everyone knows the struggle of procrastination. You have A to complete, but somehow it's just not happening. Your big project deadline is looming, the clock is ticking, and yet you can't seem to get started. I used to be in this kind of position. I got an important project due, a project that could potentially propel my career to new heights. But every time when I want to sit down to work, I find himself scrolling through social media, watching my favorite series. Oh, the result? I always find myself rushing through my work, waking up at sleepless night just to complete project. But what if I told you there are ways to overcome this endless cycle of delay? And that is what I am going to share with you today. The 4 simple strategies that I apply on every task that I do. These 4 strategies, when after I applied it skyrocket my productivity. So let's get started. Strategy number 1. Replace I have to into I get to. Imagine you are saying to yourself, I have to clean out my room, I have to finish their project, I have to go to the gym. Do you feel that just by using the words, I have to, you feel a sense of heaviness and burden immediately? A while back ago, I caught myself have been procrastinating on my final year project. I have to prepare for these presentations. I have to send out survey for student. The more I tell myself I have to do this, I have to do that, the more anxious and the resistant I felt. It was until my friends offered me a new perspective, said instead of saying I have to prepare to these presentations, you change it to, I get to share my knowledge. Strategy number 2. Harnessing the power of implementation intention. How many times have you set up a task in your mind? You declare to yourself, I will do this tomorrow, only to find yourself not following through. I remember last time when I wanted to start a morning run habit. I tell myself that tomorrow I will start running, only to hit the snooze button when the alarm rang. The alarm rang like a few times, like 6 o'clock rang one time, 10-minute rang another time, another 10-minute rang another time. And all I do is that I build a habit to hit the snooze button over and over and over again. But then I come across to the concept of implementation intentions. And this is a concept that I learned from a book called The Atomic Habits by James Clear. Now, what implementation's intentions state that instead of saying that I will run it tomorrow, I make a declaration to my mind that when the alarm rings at 6 a.m., then I will put on my running shoes and step outside. And the shift was immediate, and the specifically has made all the difference. Now, implementation intentions are your secret weapons against procrastination. It's the strategies that transform big desires into a concrete actions by tying them to a specific queue of situations. By being detailed about when, where, and how you will act, you streamline your decision-making process. The power of specificity cannot be stressed enough, and consider this. Those who use this technique are 2 to 3 times more likely to follow through on the task. A clear format to use is, when situation X arise, I will perform response Y. This straightforward approach has a profound impact, me ensuring my actions follow intentions. By pre-deciding your actions, you eliminate the needs for decision in the moment, making it easier to stick to your goals. And so think of a goal that you have been putting off. Can you transform it using implementation intention strategies? What specific triggers can you take your actions to? Comment below. Strategy number 3, I get to see I have done list. You may have heard a lot of times where people say, if you want to get things done, make a to-do list. List out every single things you want to do tomorrow, and you are more likely to do it. Well, it's true in some cases, but today I'm going to teach you a more powerful list, which is, I get to see I have done list. I used to have that long, boring list, like go and buy groceries, go to the gym, something like that. I will list down all the things that I wanted to do, and then I will, after I've finished done, I will check one by one. Well, initially it was really motivating as I strike off the do-do list. But then, after a few weeks, it started to make me feel very lazy. I stopped doing the to-do list, and I go back to my old habits. So I was thinking that, how come I go back to my old habits? And that time I suddenly have an idea. Instead of saying that what exactly that I needed to do, I list out the things with these words. I get to see I have done something. So for example, let's say today I wanted to buy fresh food for yummy dinner. I change it into, I get to see I have done buying fresh food for yummy dinner. At 6 p.m. I get to see I have done hitting to the gym to feel strong. And the changes, my days become an adventure and it's not just a job anymore. And most importantly is that I feel more positive throughout my life. This strategy is super powerful because first of all, the words I get to, this pumps you up. Because whenever you say I get to do something, it's a treat, not a task. And whenever you see the words, I have done, it actually signify to your brain, it give a message to your brain that you are going to complete it. So what you need to do is this. Think about your list for tomorrow. See if you can turn each list into, I get to see I have done list. Comment below and let me know how you feel. Strategy number 4. Start small and amp. Stay consistent. Maybe right now you are looking at project or assignment, feeling like you are standing at the base of Mount Everest, looking up and thinking, oh my gosh, how am I ever going to complete this? I used to be one of the New Year resolutions gym goers. Year after year I start with strong enthusiasm, only to burn out within a week and stop going to the gym. I decided to change my approach. Instead of aiming like a full-blown workout, I tell myself that just 5 minutes will do. Now I know that it may seem very silly driving to the gym, warm up for a few minutes and then, okay, I'm done. My friends thought I was going nut, but I decided I stick with it. As they turn into weeks, those 5 minutes gradually turned into 7 minutes, then 10 minutes, then a full-blown workout. Not because I force it, but because I make it to become a habit. I found joy in the process, and the consistency made me more fitter than any of those like intense sports. And I begin by starting small, by chunking down big task into small and easy task to do. Remember, consistency beat intensity. Think about how you can actually start small. Get those very big tasks, break it down into smaller pieces that you can start immediately, and make it easy for you to start. Can you just break it down and start with just a 5 minutes commitment? Comment below. So in conclusion of what we learned today, 1. Turn I have to into I get to. 2. Use implementation intention on the things you want to start. 3. Write a I get to see I have done list on all the tasks you want to do. 4. For task that is too big, chunk it down and make it easy for you to start. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. Remember to subscribe and like if you find this video helpful.